So here we have a group of 4. That's 4 prints. And we can tell because there's quite a space there. So group of 4 prints, space, group of 4 prints, space, group of 4 prints. So indicating a gallop at this point. So it's front, front, rear, rear. Front, front, rear, rear. But then as we get going, there's a slowdown in speed because the tracks change from a group of 4 to walking or trotting. I don't know, I haven't been up there yet, but let's go and look. And it's tough walking, so sorry, I'm going to shake a little bit when we go down this trail. Okay, let's stop right here. So here we have, right here, another group of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Front, front, rear, rear. And then there's another group of 4. Front, front, rear, rear. And a little space, so it's still in a gallop. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then again a space. 1, 2, 3, 4, space. 1, 2, 3, 4, space. And I'm thinking right there it looks like a transition to a walk or a trot. Let's get up there and look. So right in here we've got front, front, rear, rear with a little bit of a boing, push off the 2 rear feet, and then to another group of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So, oh, there, I got up on top of the snow. Oh, down I go. All right, now we've changed. So we're now no longer in groups of 4, but instead we're into, looks to me like a walk. Let's just go a little ahead here until we can confirm. Right here is a transition. Right here is a transition. So front, front, rear, rear. Well, maybe not. Figuring this out as we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so he's still actually in groups of 4. He's still... Oh, okay, interesting. So right here as we go front, front, rear, front, these 2, they're getting closer together. And if they get to a point where that rear foot and front foot overlap, instead of being separated, they overlap, then we call it a lope. It's transitioned to a lope. Oh, I'm up on top. Moving forward here. Still groups of 4. So he's in like a relaxed gallop. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Still. Oh, let's keep going up ahead. So he didn't slow down as much as I had thought. And here from this high view we can see again here it's getting close to a lope. There's a front, front, rear, front. And those 2 again are getting closer to each other. We're going to just go so he's... Okay, so he did. Okay, so here we got front, front, rear, rear. Push off. Front, front, rear, rear. Front, front, rear, rear. Front, front, rear, rear. So it's kind of a relaxed gallop all along here still. Huh. I want to see if we get to a change. I'm going to just shut the camera off and I'm going to jump ahead until I find a change. All right, that didn't take too long. So we're front, front, rear, rear. Still a gallop. Then a space. Now look at this. So front, front, rear, front. And right there, those 2 are getting closer. They're almost starting to overlap. So he's slowing down. Front, front, rear, rear. Now there's some overlap in these guys. So, in my way of understanding at this point in my tracking career, this would now be a lope. You know, ish. because in our next group of 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, it's actually spread apart. So yeah, it's kind of close, but oh yeah. So front, rear, front, rear. See how they're overlapped now? Front. We're loping now. Front, rear, front. So it's still a group of 1, 2, 3, 4 tracks, except the 2 middle tracks are now overlapped and it's technically into a lope. Front, rear, front, rear, front. And then it's a little rough there. It won't show up well in the camera. Ah, there we go, transition. Okay, and now we've gone into a trot. So right there he slowed down, and now it's right, left, or is this a side trot? Oh, fantastic. Cool, okay, so I'm not convinced 100%, but I think we've got a bit of a side trot here. So there's a front print, and then up there is another front print, and a rear kicked out to the right side, and a rear kicked out to the side. Front, rear. Side trot, so the butt end is swung out, I think. That's sure what it looks like. Front, rear. Front, rear, and then a change of direction. And then heading off this way. Still trotting. Okay, and then now here we're into more of a straight on, full on trot. Oh, we're back to lope. Front, rear, front. That's a group of 4. From right there to there is another group of 4. So he sped up. Right here. Front, rear, front. Loping. Again, here's another group of 4. Front, rear, front. Front, rear. I think I made a mistake. I meant to say front, rear back there. Front, rear, front, rear. So he's right close to a borderline lope or gallop. So he's making time across here, across this open meadow. As you can see, he's heading towards my buddy's house there. Sweet. Yeah, so he's loping along here. Well, I guess it's kind of technically a gallop, but yeah, still. And so on, groups of 4. That was a good lesson. So group of 4, group of 4, group of 4, group of 4. Front, rear. So if I was to draw a couple of lines like that, just give me a second here, and like that. And as I back away from it, you can now see that front is front left, front right, and then in the rear prints, rear left, rear right. So it makes 2 diagonal slashes. So that's together the 2 front prints, and together the 2 rear prints. Slash. So it seems to me this would be called a transverse gallop. Yeah. And what I have to doubly check is I have to be sure that I'm not actually looking at a front, rear. I could be making a mistake there, but I don't think so, because back here, so that print, see the nice heel lobe, how triangular it is with the little slash across there, chevron. And then this one also a good size, nice triangular pad print with a slash. But then this next print has more of a dimple. Although that one looks like a triangle. Okay, it looks to me like a nice chevron front, a bit of a slip on the rear, and then dots on the heel pads. Okay, so here's David Moskowitz's book. Let's confirm. And right there, red fox, larger front print, chevron on the front print on that triangular shaped heel pad. Nice big negative space. Fur in between the toes and the negative space. And then the rear print, yes indeed, smaller track, a little bit of a dimple or a dot for a heel pad rather than a large one like it is on the front, and no chevron. Yay, I was right. Awesome. Thank you, David. Front, rear. Okay. Well, that was a fun little thing. We'll call that my coffee break. And now I got to get back to work. Oh, I wish I could just keep going. It's a beauty day for tracking with this fresh little dusting of snow. Somewhere up ahead is that little fox hiding in the woods doing its thing.